This is Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for July 16, 2025. The Cambodia Securities Exchange Index was up 0.05 points or 0.01% and closed at 403.75. Total trade volume was down with 36,380 shares changing hands at a total value of 168 million real or close to $42,000. On the main board, two stocks were up. Leading the market was Pestec Cambodia, up 4.28% or 110 real to 2,680 real per share, followed by MJQ Education, which rose 0.50% or 10 real to 2,000 real per share. On the other hand, three stocks were down. The biggest loser of the day was Royal Group Phnom Penh SEZ, which dropped 0.47% or 10 real to 2,100 real per share, followed by Phnom Penh Autonomous Port, which was down 0.30% or 40 real to 13,320 real per share. Acleda Bank was also down 20 real to 6,880 real per share. Meanwhile, the four other stocks on the main board, Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority, Grand Twins International, Sihanoukville Autonomous Port, and CAM GSM, stayed flat. Over on the growth board, both stocks once again stayed flat, with DBD Engineering at 2,030 real per share and JS Land at 2,800 real per share. Acleda Bank once again recorded the highest trade volume of the day, with 13,191 shares changing hands at a total value of 90.8 million real or over $22,500, approximately 36% of Wednesday's trade volume. MJQ Education recorded the second highest trade volume of the day, with 13,029 shares changing hands at a total value of 25.8 million real or over $6,000, approximately 36% of July 16th's trade volume. Moving on to the exchange rate, the Khmer Real to USD weakened slightly to 4,009 real per US dollar, while the US dollar index was slightly up to 98.53. Looking at global commodities, oil prices rose on Wednesday, boosted by expectations of firm summer demand in the world's two largest consumers, the United States and China, though gains were capped by analysts' caution about the wider economy. Prices have seesawed in a tight range as signs of steady demand from an increase in travel during the Northern Hemisphere summer have competed with concerns that U.S. tariffs on trading partners will slow economic growth and fuel consumption. Brent crude futures rose 36 cents or 0.5% to $69.07 a barrel. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures were up 47 cents or 0.9% to $66.99. Gold rose, supported by a pullback in the U.S. dollar and bond yields, while investors digested data showing an increase in U.S. consumer prices last month and awaited further clarity on U.S. President Donald Trump's trade policy. Spot gold was up 0.5% at $3,339.88 U.S. dollars per ounce. U.S. gold futures edged 0.3% higher to $3,346.70 U.S. dollars. Stock futures ticked lower as investors awaited earnings releases from several big banks and the latest wholesale inflation report. As of the time of the Cambodian market's closing, futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average pulled back 84 points or 0.19%, while S&P 500 futures lost 0.21% and Nasdaq 100 futures slipped 0.24%. This was Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for July 16th.